You get a raise. You celebrate. You finally breathe a sigh of relief. But 3 months later, you check your bank account and realize something terrifying. You are exactly as broke as you were before. It's not inflation. It's not bad luck. It is a psychological law of physics that governs your wallet. And unless you learn to break it, you will spend every single penny you ever earn. Let's look at James. When James landed his first job out of college, he made $30,000 a year. It wasn't much. He drove a 10-year-old sedan, shared a flat with 2 roommates, and cooked pasta 5 nights a week. He told himself, if I could just make $50,000, I'd be rich. I'd save everything. 3 years later, James gets that promotion. He now makes $50,000, but strangely, he doesn't have any extra money. Why? Because the old car didn't feel safe anymore, so he leased a new one. The roommates were annoying, so he got a 1-bedroom apartment. The pasta? Well, he works hard now. He deserves to order delivery. James isn't wasteful. He isn't buying yachts. He is simply a victim of a silent rule that dictates human behavior. In 1955, a British historian named Cyril Northcote Parkinson published a satirical essay in The Economist. He wasn't talking about money, he was talking about bureaucracy. His famous first law stated, work expands to fill the time available for its completion. If you give yourself a week to write a report, it will take a week. If you give yourself 2 hours, you'll finish it in 2 hours. But economists quickly realized this law applies perfectly to finance. Parkinson's second law, expenditures rise to meet income. This is why athletes who make millions go bankrupt. This is why lottery winners lose it all. When your income increases, you don't see the extra money as savings. You see it as available. And in the human mind, if it is available, it must be used. It starts small. It's what psychologists call lifestyle creep. You don't jump from a bicycle to a Ferrari. You jump from the standard iPhone to the Pro model. After all, it's only an extra $20 a month. You used to be fine with ads on your music streaming. Now you pay for premium. You used to brew coffee. Now the daily cafe visit is part of your morning ritual. These upgrades feel necessary. This is called hedonic adaptation. When you buy something nice, you get a spike of happiness. But very quickly, that nice thing becomes your new normal. Once you get used to the heated seats in your car, driving a car without them feels like a downgrade. You haven't just increased your spending, you've increased your baseline for satisfaction. How do we break this? Think about a tube of toothpaste. When the tube is brand new, you squeeze a long, generous strip onto your brush. You're wasteful because you have abundance. But when the tube is almost empty, you become incredibly efficient. You make that tiny amount last for days. You need to apply this pressure to your bank account. The only way to defeat Parkinson's law is to create artificial scarcity. Most people follow this equation. Income minus expenses equals savings. This guarantees you will save nothing because your expenses will always grow. You must flip the equation. Income minus savings equals expenses. You cannot rely on willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. Parkinson's law is gravity. The practical step is simple. Remove the money before you see it. If you get a $5,000 raise this year and you automatically divert that $5,000 into a separate account the moment it hits your bank, your lifestyle cannot inflate. You will continue to live on your previous salary. You will feel broke in your checking account, forcing you to be efficient like the end of the toothpaste tube. But in the background, your wealth is growing silently. You are breaking the law. You are refusing to let your needs expand. Earning more money solves nothing if your psychology stays the same. The goal isn't just to grow your income, it's to grow the gap between what you earn and what you burn. Don't let your life expand to fill your paycheck. If you enjoyed this explanation, subscribe for more psychology-based money insights.